Challenge week, fifth revelation challenge week. Welcome back. So you have been, or you should have been, thinking and doing the research, deciding what you were going to do for your fifth revelation challenge, whether you looked through volunteermatch.org, or you downloaded an app, or you figured out, God put something on your heart with a friend or a family member, loved one that you're supposed to help, whatever it is, you are ready to put that thing in motion this week for your fifth revelation challenge week. But before we get there, I want to talk to you about a little something else. A little more about grace, the last thing I'm going to say on it. But another way we show grace is to let people be who they are and not who we decide we should have them be. To give people the space and the freedom to be who they are. And sometimes I know, or I imagine, the best place for that is parenthood, right? Because you were the stellar athlete and your little prince or princess has no coordination, can't catch a ball, run, throw, tumble, or whatever that thing may be to save their lives. And if you are steady pushing them to be that athlete and they're like, but I'm into computers, then you are not showing grace. Instead, how about taking a step back and marvel at who God uniquely created them to be? Maybe they're going to be the next astronaut. Maybe their job is not to, or maybe you're a computer tech person and they're supposed to be a dancer or a painter or an artist or a teacher or whatever. I'm saying to give people the space and the love and respect to let them be who they are. Show them the grace that you want. Extend it toward yourself, because when we try to force people in a mode or in a mold, M-O-L-D, what happens? They end up rebelling. Or if they decide to fit it just to please us, then they end up miserable. And so we don't want that for people we love. We want to celebrate their uniqueness and their difference as we ourselves are celebrating ours. Let people be in who they are. Maybe somebody is an auto mechanic and you thought they were going to be the president, but the work they do on somebody's car saves their life because that person's brake didn't work. And because they took it into your son or daughter, who's the auto mechanic, they live to go on another day for their own family. Every job has worth and it has value. And we can't decide that somebody, how they were uniquely crafted or talented to be, doesn't have as much value as the thing that we always envisioned in our mind. As long as they do it with excellence and it brings them joy, then let them do it. Find out what that thing is, and then let them find out how to make money with it. Because sometimes we think, I've shared this with you, that Eddie Murphy gave a testimony that when he decided he wanted to be a stand-up comic, nobody in his family had ever seen that before. But imagine the funny movies we would have missed out on if they didn't let him do it, or if he didn't find the space and time to pursue that thing. Sometimes we have a passion, we don't know how we're going to make money at it. And your job may be as a parent to help them find ways that can be beneficial into society so they can operate in their gifts and their joy and make money by doing it. But trying to format them and put them into this mold that we pre-thought is not showing grace, and it's not showing trust. Trust and show them the grace, trust their journey, their life journey, and show them the grace to let them be and become the best who God created them to be. So I just wanted to add that into our grace conversation. I actually have a story that I have with my own mother. My mom loves Christmas. And if you think your mom loves Christmas as much as my mom, I can tell you right now that you are wrong. Nobody loves Christmas as much as my mom. My mom loves Christmas, and she made growing up absolutely magical. She made Christmas the best time of year, and I am so grateful that she filled my Christmases with so much joy. As a Christian, I grew up and learning the meaning of Christmas, but she equally let me celebrate the commercial traditions of Santa Claus. Of course, our Santa Claus was Black because she made sure that we bought iconography in the house that represented who we were as a people. So we did Santa Claus, but Santa Claus was black, and we did all the stories, and I baked cookies, and Santa Claus would come. She would even one year when I was a kid, she had one of our friends dress up as Santa Claus, woke me up in the middle of the night so I could see Santa. My mom decorates the house from today, this now. At this age, my mom still, I'm not a kid anymore, I haven't been a kid for a long time. She decorates the house wonderfully, beautifully. She likes the lights outside. She collects Santas now. She has this whole beautiful collection of these African American Santas that are just, I wish I may include a picture so you can see. No, I don't have a picture. But they're wonderful. They're beautiful. I did video for her every year. She does, every year it gets even bigger and better. This year she had this thing that spinned around, and you could see like different like reindeers going around in a circle. I mean, my mom loves Christmas. She loves all of the stuff, all of the fun traditions. And of course, as like I said, as a Christian family, we celebrate the birth of Christ, and the love of giving to each other. And so it's a huge celebration. Now, the problem came as I grew older. I love Christmas too, but not like her. Like I said, nobody loves Christmas like my mother. So the problem came as I got older, and I didn't decorate my house. Like some Christmases, I wouldn't even put up any decorations. Now you can imagine how this feels to a woman who I would tell her, I said, this is the North Pole. Coming to your home is the North Pole. This is Santa's place, doesn't look like your house. So growing up, like I said, she made all of this beautiful, but as I got to be an adult, I love Christmas. I would have a tree, or after I divorced, I just didn't feel like decorating as much because I always knew I could go to her house and decorate. And so this kind of hurt her feelings a bit. She was like, well, why aren't you decorating? I don't want to. I love Christmas, but I didn't. There would be years that I felt like decorating, or if I did decorate, it would just be a little tree and some gifts. But it didn't mean I didn't love it. I just didn't feel about it the way she did. And like I said, for a while, that kind of hurt her feelings because she loved it so much. And it was such a fantastic and wonderful time of year for her. She would keep the lights up all year round if I let her, but I refuse. Like, Mom, no. So we kind of went back and forth on that. And I was like, Mom, hey, let me be me. And so she finally kind of let it go and let me be me. And I let her be her. She loves to decorate. She loves it to be fantastic and wonderful. And for Christmas, I get caught up in her world. I go to her home and I spend time there because I know I'm going to be at the North Pole and love it. And get caught up in her whimsy and just her joy, just almost like a kid, and the beauty of all the decorations she puts up, the things that she remembers, the things she carries on from year to year to year. And like I said, when I grew up, Christmas was magical. We would listen to Motown Christmas, Jackson 5, just you name it, the Whispers Christmas, and we still do that every year. We listen to all of the Christmas songs, we dance around the house, we make cookies. It is a festive and wonderful time. I don't do it at my house, but I do it at her house. And she's, like I said, learned to let me be me, and I let her be her. And that's a part of grace. Grace is saying, hey, the thing that's important to me in this way doesn't have to be important to you in the same way. As long as you give me the freedom to be who I am, and I give you the freedom to be who you are, and we don't, kind of shame or blame or get mad at each other for not doing it the same way, we're good. And so I just wanted to share that story of grace that happened between me and my mom. It took a second to get there. Like I said, she was kind of like, hey, I raised, especially when you're a parent, you feel like if you're showing something, you expect your kid to kind of carry on that tradition. And I carry it on with her at her house, but not at my house, because I love Christmas though. I can't say that enough, but nobody loves it like my beautiful, wonderful mother, who I love so much and who I love spending my Christmases with. So now let's get into your challenge. What did you pick? What are you going to do? I'm excited for you, and you know where I want to hear about it. In the Live More, Carry Less private Facebook group. I want to see the posts. I want to see the things you did. If you got out into the community and helped people, I want to see the pictures. I want to hear all about it. If you downloaded an app and said, this is great, and the rest of the community should know about it, and you started helping people, I want to hear about it. I want to hear about what you did to make somebody's life easier, better, feel loved, feel seen, feel cared for. Maybe you went to a senior facility, or my aunt used to go to senior citizens home and sing and teach singing lessons, and it just brightened their day. It made their whole day to have somebody come in and spend the time with them and sing. And there were people who couldn't speak as well, but they could, for whatever reason, still sing, because music is universal and it always is a blessing to the listener. So music is a universal language, much like love. We all know what love feels like. And music is something that we all respond to. So I cannot wait to hear what you did for your Grace Challenge. I hope it blessed you. I know that it blessed the other people. I know that they felt love. I know that they felt seen. I know that it made somebody's life a little bit better. I hope it helped you to get out of your four walls, you know what I mean, and get into somebody else's experience. And I hope that it expanded you in the way that this exercise is intended to do. When we have more grace, grace toward ourselves, grace toward other people, and use our time and energy to be a blessing to others, it makes life more full. It is what I believe we were put here to do, to help one another and to love on one another and to give each other grace. And it's what the world needs more, what the world needs now. Well, that's a different song, but you get the point. So I can't wait to hear about it. And I will see you for the next revelation, the sixth revelation, which is surrender. That's a really great one too. All right. Thank you. Bye.